This episode and most episodes of A Beer With are recorded live in Diffuse Studios. Sweet. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming in and saving the day, bro, because I had Bachelor, lined up for today. Unfortunately, he's not feeling the best, so he's at home at the moment. So thanks for coming in.
My pleasure,
last
my
minute.
pleasure. Yeah,
last
no,
minute.
man. Well, I mean, we were talking eventually down the line, someone doing something, and I had nothing to do this morning, so I was like, might as well come down and
Why not? Come have a drink
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
and check it out.
Definitely, why not?
We were talking before about you went out last night.
Yeah.
And you went to the LBM thing. How was that?
Yeah, so the LBM event, that was sick last night. They had that down at Alfred and Constance. Sorry.
Constance, yeah.
So I'm gonna pre-warn. I have Invisalign, so
Oh,
I
okay.
have like a mad little lisp at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Alfred and Constance, that was sick. Down the downstairs area, and they
Little
had
fever club, eh?
they
little-
had like a full setup of like all these industrial like fences and stuff. Super cool, super sick little vibe, and the changing lights and whatever, and all the fog and stuff made it super like dungeony.
Yeah. I was just saying that I went to a secret party project and played there at the same, at the same place, and it's such a cool little it's small, really small.
Yeah.
But the vibe in there is so cool.
Yeah,
eh?
man. And I think like when I was in there, like there was a lot of like people, but a lot of like DJs and stuff from Brisbane, like going and supporting everyone, and it was just cool. Like it was cool to just have a party with like all your mates, and then just like watch people slay out. Like it was really cool.
Almost like industry parties.
Back
in the day, man, I was talking to Mickey Blue. Red Bull used to do industry parties, and it was literally you couldn't buy tickets.
Yeah,
it's like they would give tickets out to clubs or people who run events and stuff, and give them out to your DJs, your team and stuff.
Yeah,
and they're just the loosest, man. Like because everyone's industry.
Yeah,
and so and it'd usually be around that sort of Christmas period when it's a little bit quiet, and it was just, oh man, some of the shit there was just like mental.
Yeah, dude, I can imagine that'd be so cool.
Yeah, the worst, because it was Red Bull. You like the next day, you're just like so hungover and so dry just from like dehydration from so much Red Bull.
So like I used to drink bulk vodka Red Bulls, like, but then I realized I wasn't getting like hungover from the vodka. I was getting like, sugar hangovers from as I sit here drinking a cruiser. But when I go out now, I just stick to purely like rum and soda because it's like water, no fucking sugar in that one.
I might have one Red Bull when I'm out. Like just if I need to pick me up, or pick me up, have a Red Bull.
100%. I think though I'd take like an espresso martini.
Espresso martini.
But no, for sure. Yeah. Whatever happened like to the Red Bull bands? They just canned it.
I don't know. It might be a legal thing. I don't know because no one pays for drinks and at it. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. I don't know if there's some kind of liquor licensing stuff that's involved there, or maybe it just wasn't really. Maybe they're established enough now. I think they were trying to get like a bit of a foothold in the industry.
Yeah.
And now it's like
now everyone knows.
It's Red Bull is like everywhere. I used to have like vodka and like V. I used to mix V with it, and I used to call it a vodka stutter because it's like V vodka, the vodka. so the old vodka stutters, we used to get into them back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, how was like I didn't go out at all, and you were out in the valley. How was it after all the announcements of the coronavirus?
Dude,
which I know that starts next week, but I imagine it would have had some effect.
Man, like it was dead. But it wasn't like noticeably dead.
Yeah.
I think it's because like I drove last night, so I wasn't like plastered.
Yeah.
But like there was still people around. There just wasn't like as many. I guess it just wasn't as dense as normal. I drove through on Friday night. I can't even remember what I was doing. Oh, I had a gig on Friday night.
Yeah.
But I drove back through the valley on the way home, and after the What So Not, like the event at 256 Wickham.
Yep.
There was so many people there. Like, literally just no one cared. Like, everyone's just like, nah, we're still going out. We're still doing it. But last night, it was really, really iffy. Like, super weird.
But there's heaps of people at the LBM thing you were saying. Like,
yeah. Like,
really
definitely.
packed.
Which, like, I was super psyched about. Like,
that's funny. It's like in a small enclosed area. We were just talking about how it's like a little dungeon. It's like
so many people just like were making jokes about it, and like the amount of like dad jokes that came out because they were serving like Coronas there. So it's just like, hey man, can I get a Corona? Hold the virus though, just a lime, thanks. Like just dumb shit like that.
I remember when we had the graveyards thing last week here. I brought out a bottle that Badger had left here. There's like a bit in there, and he said, "I'll just give it to Jai, and that like and that you guys can have it." And so I whipped it out, and I was like, "Oh, let's all like have some like And so we're all like swigging it, and at the end I was like, "Oh, if any of us have coronavirus, we've all got it now, eh?" Like, because we're just literally passing a bottle around. Yeah. It was like an afterthought, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I hope we're all good." Like,
I hope no one's been exposed recently. Yeah. Dude, it's pretty hectic. Like, part of my work, so on the way back, I went overseas to Vegas for a month. And on the way back, we stopped through like South Korea and Japan.
Yeah.
And like when we got home, and this was like at the very start of when everything started kicking off.
Yeah, yeah.
And on the way home, we all had to go to like get medically checked. And like our guys were just like, "Oh, you got a cough?" I was like, "Nah." "All right, you're good. See, like, on your way." And now it's just like, I'm in two minds about the whole thing. Hey, like whether it's as serious as people are saying.
That's it. Yeah, I've seen heaps of people too. Like I think Sketch from Bombs Away was saying like he was feeling sick. Yeah. And he wanted to go get tested, and he called like the 1-3 Health, and they were like, "Oh no," like asking all these questions, and they're like, "No, just stay home. Don't go get tested." And he's like, "But I want to make sure, like, but they were like, no, don't go in, like, just stay home and get better." Like, I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, that's.
I was talking to Thea last night. She was saying that like she was sick during the week, and she like wanted to make a doctor's appointment, but the doctor's like, "Nah, don't come in. We'll just do an over the phone one." And she's just like, "But I want to come in. Like, I'm sick." Like, and he's like, no. So I just think it's all like. Just a big thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like people always saying, everyone's like, "Oh, it's funny because I've got people on both sides of the camp, like on Facebook, you know, like, and you see it, and you see some people going, 'Oh, we're not doing enough, and then other people are saying, "Oh, it's overblown," and like I said, I'm not worried about like me, like, because if I get it, I know I'll be fine.
You were saying, I was listening to your podcast with Wace, you were saying you're immune to it. Like,
that's never gonna get it. Just a joke I've got going. I've just been saying I'm immune, and it's just a hunch, just a feeling.
Just a feeling.
No evidence or proof. I just think I am.
Maybe you can be. Have you seen they're like paying people like thousands of dollars to go and get it like injected?
Yeah, that's over in the UK. I would totally do that if it was here. I almost like tried to get in contact with the people at UQ because UQ's got preclinical. They're in preclinical trials now for a vaccine that they think they've got.
Yeah, right.
But like I've got a mate who's also a virologist, so like this is like what he does every day. Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, that still means it's about 12 to 18 months away." And that's if they're rushing it through. Usually it would be a couple of years, but because like you can't give it to everyone. If you give it to everyone and then everyone's gets real fucked up.
Yeah, it just like randomly mutates and just everyone turns into this weird like monster just walking around. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, but I gotta like you gotta watch out because like I'm living at home with the olds at the moment.
Yeah,
they're over 60. Like if I get it, fuck man, like I could kill my parents, and I've probably wanted to do that before in
just
the
past. Not like this.
Yeah, just probably not that way. So it's like I'm sort of like in two minds. It's like I'm I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about anything, but and it sort of almost reminds me of like the like vaccination sort of thing. People go, "Oh, there's no measles around and that, so why do we need the to get the the vaccine?" And it's like, well, if you you can get the vaccine and stuff, but it's about the herd immunity and like, making sure people who can't get it.
Yeah.
And sort of that same thing, like with this, it's like, well, I'm not afraid for me getting it, but what about these other people 100%. Who, if they get it? So I'm sort of like people who are like, "Oh, it's not even that bad." It's like, well, yeah, it's not bad for us.
Yeah.
But we got to think about like, the old people and that.
Yeah.
I'm sort of, in two minds as well, but I also work at a school, so I'm wondering if we're gonna get time off or not.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm like. I work for like Department of Defense, so it's just like I'm like, man, give me 2 weeks off because I get paid regardless. Like, I just don't have to go in. So.
You guys will be the ones that'll have to go out and like do shit if something goes down, right?
Maybe, man. I
don't know what you do. I don't know what you do in the department.
No,
but
it's just random. Like, I don't know. They're just behind as everyone else. So.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I think with clubs the next few weeks.
100%.
I just put up. I said, "Oh, what clubs have under a 500 capacity?"
Like I don't know. even say somewhere like, I don't know, the Met, like they have like a capacity of above 500. Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to turn around and be like, nah, we're only letting 500 people in?
Yeah.
And that could go either like one or two ways. It'll be like a niche almost. It's like, oh my God, we need to get into this club before they like cut people off.
Yeah.
Or everyone will just be like, nah, we're going to stay home. We're just going to get drunk at home.
But the other thing is, when you think about the Met, that place is massive. They'll have to shut some rooms and things off, because otherwise it'll be like you'll walk in there and you go, is anyone actually here?
Like, it's just like that John Travolta meme where it's just like, well, from Pulp Fiction, he's just like, where is it? Yeah.
Where is everyone? Because, you know, that's the problem when you've got a really big club.
Yeah.
Is that if you've got not that many people in there, it looks empty. You know, like.
Yeah. I'd say like they'd have to close something like Coco or something, because like you couldn't cram 500 people in that little space.
Yeah,
like,
so maybe you'd have to close some of those spots.
Just have, like, the main
Otherwise, it'd be like so dead. Like it'd just look
100%.
dead, and people walk in and go, "Fuck, I'm getting out of here. This is boring. Like no one's here."
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think it's going to be interesting. Some of the smaller clubs will probably do good, which is probably a good thing. Yeah. And like little events, like, you know, what you were
like
just saying.
LBM and stuff. But even like you were saying, the little clubs, like is it Sukasa? The new one just opened. That opened where Hello used to be.
No. Sukasa's downstairs. It's where I played at that 239, which was the interim before they came in.
Yeah.
I think they were in talks at the time with management about it.
Yeah.
And it's underneath all those strip clubs on Brunswick. You know, Brunswick Street.
Yeah.
Just on the side of the mall towards like Prohibition or that end.
Yeah.
So it's just up a bit, and it's on the left there, just before like the train station and that.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, so that's going to be really cool. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's like they're open. They're actually not open yet. They open on Friday coming.
Right. Like,
yeah. Like the one coming. So this will come out
opening weekend.
Tomorrow and that. So next weekend's the opening weekend. So it'll be interesting to see how that's going to go.
Yeah, 100%.
And I wonder, you know, this is the start of probably some of the measures that the government's bringing in. So it's going to be interesting to see
what
they might get more strict soon.
I
know at actually, I don't know if I can talk about that. That's a work-related thing. There's but there's lots of like I said, 500 people. So it's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I think the clubs. It's going to be hard. I think live streams and things are probably going to be good.
Maybe, frequencies here.
Stuff.
Well, I saw something the other day. It's just like, because Touch Base, like the festival coming up, whatever, that's got so many people going.
Yeah.
Like, just Touch Base, but we'll just do like a boiler room at frequencies and just like, they just come here and play. Like, that'd be cool as shit.
That'd be dope. I saw something, some stand-up comedian guys in the States.
Yeah.
And they were saying about, we're not doing comedy shows, but we're going to be like doing these lineups on Periscope, which is, like a streaming thing.
Yeah.
So instead of doing actual shows, they're just doing like different comedians will do on these like online shows and stuff. I'm like, that's cool. Such a cool concept.
That is a cool concept.
People don't really make money then because of, it's just like a stream thing. And I don't know how they monetize all that stuff, or if it is.
I guess just run ads and stuff, like any sort of.
If it is, I don't know how Periscope the platform works or anything, but it's definitely like stuff for that. Like if you put on YouTube, you can have ads. Although I don't know with live stream, do they do ads? It's always the video. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
With the streams.
Surely they'd have to make their money.
Yeah.
Something.
Sponsorship.
Yeah.
Get someone to sponsor.
Every like half an hour, just like, hey, shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like, everyone could have the beers or something from a beer company.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I think that'd be, that could be interesting. But it's going to be pretty tough next few months.
It's just annoying, like, for international gigs that are acts that are coming over. So like
tours and stuff like that.
Yeah, like festivals obviously, but even little shows like so I'm playing at House of Wubs at the end of this month.
Yeah.
For Sam Lamar. So he's from Canada, he's a sick dubstep producer.
Yeah.
And Chris Nelson, and I can't remember the other guy's name who runs House of Wubs. But they like booked him before everything happened.
Yeah.
And now they're just like,
we don't know.
We don't know. Yeah. Like, is he still gonna come? Like, I'm pretty sure he is. Hopefully, but they're just like, it's just annoying more than anything.
Yeah.
Not only because we can't throw a show, but like the money involved as well. It's like we've already paid our deposit. Like we can't get it back.
Yeah, It's a lot of money. Like people. A lot of people don't understand how much money it costs to run events and things.
100%.
And it's like if you're if you've put all this money down, and it's not even about the deposit you lose. What about the people you've hired for things? Like they lose their money then from not having the show.
Yeah, 100%.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's a huge flow-on effect, you know.
But like hopefully, maybe it'll have like a good outcome, you know. Like maybe there's more LBM sort of style events will start popping up.
Smaller ones.
Like because I know there's a guy named Ambassador, like that's his DJ name, and he runs Cherry Tone.
Oh yeah,
so
I don't know if I met him, or I don't know if there's two guys or one.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, I met one of the guys. Like a few weeks ago.
Ambassador's a really cool dude. I was talking to him last night. He was telling me about like Cherry Tone and like what they're looking at doing in the future and stuff like that. So they booked upstairs at Rick's for their like 1 year event. Yeah, and then they're like, oh, we want to keep running shows in Brisbane, like just expand with the locals. As Waster was saying last weekend, man, like the amount of like Brisbane talent, like I haven't been in the scene that long. Yeah. So it's like I've only been in since, start of last year. Yeah. So I haven't been around a lot, like around as long as others. Yeah. But the amount of like slept on people that I like come to frequencies and see, or just like meet and just like listen to what they're doing or what they're producing. Like I'm just like, man, this is crazy. Like we have such a good little community as a whole, and like everyone gets along with everyone. So it would be amazing to see the locals just rise from this.
Yeah, because because if you can't get the internationals and stuff, exactly, you got to go out and see locals.
Yeah. What do you, and like obviously we have like big headliner names in Brisbane, like Naughty, Jordan Burns, stuff like that. But like, how often can you just keep booking the same guys?
That's it.
So like, I guess it gives the younger guys, or not the younger guys, the more junior guys, like a chance to be like, hey, we've got this really cool project. Let's go and explore this. Let's book these 4 people that like, they may have only played 2 or 3 gigs, but like they're amazing. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's it. That actually brings me on to a little topic that I've been thinking about recently, and I don't know if you want to weigh in on this because it's probably quite controversial about the whole, and I don't know if you're in the Brisbane DJs group, the whole playing for free thing.
Yeah, playing for free. So
do you want to weigh in? I've got some thoughts that I'm willing to share.
You hit me with your short thoughts first, and then I'll weigh in on my.
So I think what it comes down to, especially, and this is why it annoys so many people who are more established in the scene, is because for a lot of people it's a hobby. Yeah. Or it's a part-time thing or whatever. But you got to understand that for some people, it's their full-time gig. Yeah. It's their job. It's how they make a living, you know. So when you have people saying, oh, come play for free, and that kind of thing, kind of devalues the service that's being provided a little bit.
100%.
And it doesn't mean much to someone who's a new person getting into the scene or something. You know, 100%. It's like, oh, I'll play for free or whatever, but you're kind of taking a gig away from someone who maybe needs that money to eat, to pay their rent. Yeah. So I think people forget about that. Like it's fun and it's, but for some people it's actually how they make their money. Like, and if they don't get their gigs, and whether it's that you take up a venue for a time slot that then they can't play at that venue that they would get paid. Yeah. That's one side of it. What do you think about that? Do you...
Just quietly. Does your laptop...
yeah, no, it's all good. It's just going to sleep. It's fine. The Maxwell G.
So,
have you played for free? Because I still do play for free sometimes, but it's got to be the right
I haven't played for free on purpose. Yeah. I haven't been paid. So, and it's not even much. Like, I just kept sending invoices to the point where I was just like, whatever, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm in, again, 2 minds about this whole playing for free thing, right? So, I'm really good friends with Mickey Blue. Yeah. And I was having beers with her last night, and she goes to Japan today. But we were chatting about this ages ago, and she was saying, if you accept a free gig, or, if you undercut someone, even not a free, say you charge $75 an hour, I charge $50 an hour. Just examples, Yeah. I've then now devalued that, and then that new person's going to come in under me and be like, well, I'll play for $35 an hour. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't agree with playing for free for oh, hey, come play this gig for exposure. That's bullshit to me. Yeah. That's fucking bullshit, because you should, you don't go and, I don't go to work 8 hours a day and be like, oh yeah, I provided this, but you just did it because exposure to the job. No, it doesn't work like that. I think, the House of Wubs event, So Chris Nelson and I were best friends in primary school.
Yeah.
That's how we met. And then we kind of parted ways and found each other again. But,
yeah.
So we were really good friends. And he said to me, he's just like, hey, like, I'll pay you X amount for the hour slot that I've booked you for, blah, blah, blah. And I said to him, I was just like, you know, put the money back into the event. I was like, I don't personally want to be paid for that.
Yeah.
And that might be controversial within itself, but I would rather see my friend like grow his business.
That's someone you know, though.
Exactly.
It's not someone random reaching out for people.
But if someone hit me up and said, hey, like a random that I don't know, and was like, hey, come play this time slot. We're not going to pay you, but it's good exposure. We're going to give you an opening slot. I'd be like,
how many people are going to see me? It's not really good exposure.
Well, that, and it's just like, I mean, I just don't. No, it just devalues it. You know? It really does. And I feel like the more and more people that come into the scene, the more and more free gigs are going to get accepted, because people know they can book someone for $100 an hour, or they can just go, hey, we've got this sick like time slot, come play. Yeah. You know?
And it's different. People go, you know, if it's a big event, like, you know, for example, Rabbits Eats Lettuce, which is at Easter.
Yep.
I applied to play at that.
Yep.
And as far as I'm aware, like, you know, locals and that who apply through the application process, I don't think you don't get paid for that.
Okay.
But that is good exposure.
Oh,
because
100%.
That's a festival and it's huge. But
definitely.
If someone's starting an event and it's a new thing and they're like, oh, it's good exposure, well, not really. You're saying that you're not going to get enough people there to be able to pay me.
Yeah.
So how good of exposure is that? Because you're obviously not going to have a lot of people there.
Exactly. Like,
you know,
if it was like you said, a well-established event where they were pulling, I don't know, for numbers' sake, 500 people.
Yeah.
An event, you'd be like, oh, maybe.
Yeah.
But if it's brand new events, like, hey man, I got this sick idea. We're going to throw an event here. Want you to play.
Yeah.
Not going to pay you though, and you'd be like. And they weren't your friend, you'd be like,
See, if it's a cool event, that's a cool concept, or
if you
something
believe
that's
in it,
new, and you believe in the brand and all that, and generally you'd have to know them as well.
Yeah.
But I think that's, you know, different, and it's fine on a personal level to approach people and say, hey man, like, you know, I've got this thing, like, I don't know if I'll be able to, like, because we're only just starting. I don't know if we can pay you or not. Like, you know, there's times where I've done that before, you know, but I think putting it out there and saying straight up on a post that we can't pay you is not the way to go about it.
No,
Ask for beginners and say we're looking for people who are beginners, you know, new people and stuff. And then once you sort of talk to them, go, look, this is the deal, you know, like, we're starting out. I can't, but I'll book you again and we will pay you for the next one.
Or
something like that.
Or, hey, we'll give you $20 in drink cards.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people would be stoked over that. People would be stoked to play.
Like, I've thrown
go to
events.
Stockies every weekend, man. People just like go to Frizy every like 10 seconds. Like, hey man, you got any of those drink cards?
Cards. Yeah.
So,
like, I've thrown events before, where I knew I wasn't gonna make money. Like, I knew I was gonna lose money. I still paid people.
Yeah.
You know, like, probably wasn't what they deserved, but I still paid them, you know, $50, $60 an hour or something.
I think, like you said though, like, if people are just blatantly posting on the page, like, hey, we've got this gig, not going to pay you though, but come play. Like, that's kind of dodge.
Yeah.
If someone came to you, like, personally was like, hey, I really like your style. I really like, you know, the whatever about you, your brand. I really like your brand. I want you to come and play it for our brand.
Yeah.
However, we're still growing.
Yeah.
That would make me be like, oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But just blatantly being like, nah, I'm not paying you.
Yeah.
But we're still going to try and like, I just, no.
Because that's the thing, it's like, and charity, like, I'll always play for free for charity.
Yeah,
like, I've done
100%.
charity events and stuff like that. And then there's things like, you know, I saw someone say, oh, it's kind of like when you take your car to a racetrack and you get to go on the racetrack and you pay, like, it's the same thing. I'm like, well, not really. That's like coming to frequencies and booking to do a stream, you know? There's no money to be made.
Yeah.
And, you know, but you're getting to play.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
And then people say, and then I thought, because I've thought about this, you know, people might say, well, it's kind of like an internship. Well, an internship would be going back to back with someone who is playing there.
Yeah.
You know, and learning that way from them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't think there's such thing as club experience. That's not a thing. It's playing in front of people experience, reading a crowd, you know, that kind of stuff. Because you could play at a club and it could be dead.
Yeah.
you don't get any experience from that.
God no. Like, yeah, okay.
You know? You could be at a club where everyone's just off their head and they're going to dance to anything.
You could literally just turn like the flanger on full with like nothing.
I hate flanger.
You could just like not even, or just the noise, just all the way up, and people are just still going to be like rinsing it. You're just like, that's not like teaching you, really, is it? No.
No.
But no, I agree 100% with what you're saying.
So I don't think that's such a thing as like, and if it's like we said, not many people are going to go, you're not going to play in front of many people. So is it really experience?
Yeah.
Is it really club experience?
Yeah, like you said, I don't think there's such thing as club experience. Like every man and their dog can go and buy decks and practice at home. And if you go to clubs, yes, they have CDJs compared to mixers and stuff at home, but they're all very similar. So like if you can mix at home, you should be able to mix at a club. Yeah, you're going to have more nerves because you're on like bigger equipment or whatever. Yeah. But like you said, it's reading a crowd. It's playing to the crowd. It's not, I need to go and play this set so I can like learn how to mix on club decks. Yeah. Like,
or you could just come to frequencies and play. Or there's other spots around Brisbane as well, you know, that you can do. 100%. Or find someone who has decks and say, can I borrow your decks? Can I come around and mix? Like, you know, if you want to learn on that stuff, you don't have to go to a club to do it.
Exactly right. So and that comes back around to like, you don't need to accept free gigs for like exposure and like practice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know. That's just something I've been thinking about recently because it comes up all the time, and I think because you know you see all the older heads and all the people who have been in the industry for a while get quite angry at it, and it's because of what you said. It devalues it, and then who's to say that promoter then won't become doing the gigs, won't become build the brand and come big, and then start taking advantage of people and go, oh no, we don't pay people.
Yeah.
That's our brand, if someone can get away with it, they'll try and get away with it again.
When I very first started playing, I played a gig for a person, I won't name names, but they had a very big reputation of not paying people.
Yeah.
But just booking heaps of people.
Yeah.
And at the time, being super naive, I was just like, I'll go and play, it'll be sick. It's a cool event,
Yeah.
And sure as shit, I didn't get paid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just one of those things.
You need a lawyer friend. That's what I tell everyone. I got a mate that's a lawyer, and I've done it before, and it's like
send that email to them.
Yeah, you just get your mate to send it from the lawyer's firm.
Yeah.
On a law firm's letterhead, with the letter of demand. And they're like, otherwise we're going to take you to court. Oh, people pay quick, eh? They pay quick when they think they're going to be in trouble with the law,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so make friends with lawyers. That's what I say.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, get a lawyer friend.
Any lawyers hit me up. I need a lawyer friend.
And also, I've seen some talk about this on other groups. If you're running events, know a lawyer friend as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Someone to draw up a contract between you and the venue. Because so many people have in principle contracts, just spoken word. Oh, once we make this much over the bar, we'll give you a percentage. Well, if you don't have that in writing,
I've seen so many people get fucked over for
thing,
that.
But if you have it in writing, like on a proper thing, a proper contract, proper thing, a contract.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to,
exactly. You're exactly right.
That's when we used to run festivals and stuff and events, we had a lawyer.
Yeah.
Or on retainer, we'd pay them.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap too.
Yeah,
we'd pay them like $3,000 to just write up a contract,
Yeah, but I guess like $3,000, that's like if someone tries to stick you for 10, you're like, hang on.
Yeah. I'm talking a festival here, like that for the $3,000 contract.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's worth it because we've got
100%. Yeah.
$200,000 on the line for an event or something.
I'm not gonna lie though, I see a lot of those Brisbane DJ posts, and I take a lot of them with a grain of salt now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know which one is a meme and which one's not.
One's just a laugh.
But some people, there's one dude on there, I can't remember his name, but every time he comments on something, I always click on his profile and I'm like, surely this isn't a real profile, but it is.
Yeah.
And he's being full serious, and I'm just like, come on, man, you don't understand meme culture.
Yeah. I've seen I figured out what Wasted didn't tell me what his fake profile was.
Yeah,
I've seen it now.
It came up as a suggested friend for me, and I was just like, hell yeah, dude, this is sick.
Yeah, and I was like, that's definitely his profile. It's not even that different, but yeah,
so good.
Yeah, that group is it's interesting, And yeah, it's just interesting that it's turned into what it is over the years. Because it used to be real legit. People would get gigs, advice, tips and stuff like that. People would talk about discussions about stuff. It used to be really... and the guys who started it and run it, they used to do meetups and things here at frequencies and stuff. It's just interesting that it's so... Especially just the times, and it's grown so big. Yeah. So many people at different levels in the industry. Yeah. So I think it's interesting to see that kind of stuff, how it evolves. But
definitely.
Let's talk about you for a bit, man.
Yeah.
Because you made the journey in. We've talked about everything else, coronavirus and all that.
It's the talk of the town at the moment, isn't it?
Like, how did you get started? How did you start in the industry or DJing? Let's start with DJing. How did you start DJing?
DJing. I'm going to go like a fair bit back. Yeah. So
or music. Just music
in general.
To start with.
Shit, man. Like I used to be in choir in primary school, I guess, if you
same,
you count
bro,
that,
same.
dude. And then I tried in high school and I got bullied because I was in choir and I had red hair. So it was a bit like a double whammy on that one. Yeah. So I cut that off pretty quick. But no, I used to one of my mates used to own a warehouse because I'm from the Gold Coast. He used to own a warehouse and he's used to do car stuff and whatever. He used to throw warehouse parties. Yeah, he had a race car and shit. But and stuff. It was cool. But he used to throw parties there, and I'd be like, "Hey man, do you mind if I come play some music and stuff?" He's like, "Yeah, that's sick." He's like, "Bring your laptop and stuff," and I'd roll in with virtual DJ on my laptop and just be mouse clicking everything, trying to do shit. And then DJ. People would be like, "Hey, can you play this?" So I'd hotspot my phone and queue up a YouTube tab and try and get it in time where it'd just fade in and then fade into the YouTube song. But no, that's how I I always love music and I love all types of music. I grew up listening to literally everything. Yeah. My dad took me to a Casey Chambers concert once, country, full country music. Dude, it was hectic. And then so I listened to everything from country all the way to heavy metal and all that shit and everything in between. I love. So I've always wanted to learn to DJ properly. And I applied for Your Shot. So that's how I started Your Shot. I'm one of those people, the Your Shot people.
That's all right.
That's another unpopular opinion.
There's so many people who are those people.
I would love to get your opinion on the Your Shot people because I've heard some people absolutely despise Your Shot. Just hate it. Yeah. For reasons unbeknownst to me. So, so I started in Your Shot and I applied a few years in a row and I was just either too nervous. I applied as a duo once and I'm glad I didn't go through with that. But I finally ended up going in 2019. Yeah. And funnily enough, the weekend before the interview weekend, I ran into Noi in the valley. He was walking back home or whatever from a gig and I was just blind drunk and I just ran up to him. I was like, "Oh my God, I love you." I was just fanboying the fuck out of him. I was like,
"Bro, dick, Noi."
Yeah, you're fucking sick, bro. And then the interview weekend, guess who my fucking interviewer was? Noi. And he looked at me and he's like, "I know you from somewhere." And I was like, fuck. I was like, "Yeah, I was the guy in the valley last week." He's like, "Oh yeah." So we had our chat and whatever. But got through that. I was in Mickey Blues class, so that's how I met Mickey. And me and her just instantly hit it off. We're best friends now. Did all that, had a ball, played the day on birdies, ended up winning my stage for the day. Yeah. And being one of the finalists, so that was super sick. Got beaten by Shaw on the day. Yeah. That sucks. But no, Shaw's a great dude.
Yeah, legend. He's back too.
Yeah, man, I saw that. And the dude is a crazy producer. He's got some cool shit coming. Yeah. He's got some really cool stuff.
I've only heard what he's put out.
He sent me some of the stuff that he's working on. He's like, "Hey, can you just have a listen to this?" And I'm like, "Dude, this is a fucking
Get
bop."
Your ears around
I'm just sitting in the house. I'm just like, "Yeah, this is sick." But no, so I did that. And then from there, it's just been a big roller coaster. Hey,
ups and downs and stuff.
Yeah, I played 2 or 3 weeks after that. I played for a support for Young Jalapeno, which I never thought, because I froth Young Jalapeno. Yeah. I never thought in my life I'd be like, "Hey man, I'm on support for one of the dudes that got me into this shit." So that was super cool. And then it's just kind of worked its way onto then. Just gradually gone up, just met more people, gone out, talked to everyone. I probably played the biggest gig of my life to date, like maybe a month ago now.
Yeah.
Again, never thought this would happen. I played Coco for Swills and Friends at the Met.
Yeah, nice.
And dude, that was so sick. I played like 10 till 11 in Coco with a duo, Akimbo, the sick boys as well.
Yeah.
And the place was rammed. I've never seen like Coco that rammed for like a bass night. It was awesome. We were just like having the best time. But yeah, just like trucking along, you know, just doing that. And I've pretty much had like a gig at like almost every weekend. It just kind of just flows on, really. It's just real places, random.
Yeah, that's it. If you stay involved in the scene, and you know, and you keep being active and going out and seeing other people play and that kind of stuff, it's easy to get gigs all the time.
It's weird. Like I met I introduced myself to someone not too long ago. I was like, hey, I'm Jack, blah, blah, blah. And like, they were a pretty big name in the scene as well. And they're like, oh, hey. And I'm like, they're like, do you DJ? And I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, I fucking hate saying my DJ name so much. But I'm just like, oh, yeah, it's Huski. And they're just like, oh, yeah, we've heard of you, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like completely different. And so.
Yeah, all of a sudden you've got like credit. Almost, you know, you got street cred just because they know you.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not trying to like, you know, to my own horn or anything. Like, I'm not amazing. God damn, I fucking suck, but I have fun when I play. So it's just like, you know, and it's just, it's good. Like, I love it. I love it to death. I wouldn't choose anything else. If I could do this for the rest of my life, and like, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing. It's honestly such an adrenaline rush, and it's so addictive, man. Like, as you know, preaching to the choir here, right?
Because I thought I was only 10 years in, but I think I started in halfway through 2008. So I'm actually like 11. Like, actually, well, that's when I started playing places.
I think I was like, I was either still in primary school or just started high school in 2008. So.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's what I tell people. They're like, "Oh, you're not coming out?" I'm like, "Mate, I've been out more times than you've had hot dinners. I can chill it out, all right." Like, I've got to pick my battles now.
One of my really, really good friends that I work with, Alex. So his brother-in-law. Do you remember the duo Mad City?
Yeah.
So it was Patrick and Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Alex's brother-in-law is Patrick.
Okay.
So Alex was always with them, you know, when Mad City was massive, and he's like 26 or 27 now. Yeah. And like, I'm like, hey man, come out with me on like a Friday night. He's like, no. I'm like, why not, you pussy? And he's just like, bro, I'm too fucking old for this shit. Yeah, he's like, I've done my time, hey. Then like the one time every like couple of weekends I get him to come out on like a Friday night or a Saturday night. I see him at work on Monday. He's like, man, I'm still fucking hungover. Like, I feel like shit. Like,
I've got to admit though, like now that I'm like, because I am a little bit older than most. I don't look it, but I am a little bit older than most people. It's not really the alcohol that gets me. It's the staying up late and the lack of sleep that really fucks with me.
Yeah.
Because I can get smashed like in the afternoon and then, you know, the night and then like the graveyards. I think the other night I was home by 12. And I was so smashed. I drank so much alcohol. Yeah. But I was home by 12 and I woke up the next day and I was like, I didn't feel that bad.
Yeah.
Like, I was hungover still, but I wasn't like that.
I feel like I'm kind of an old soul in a young body because I'm like similar. I'm the same. I get home, I'm like, fuck, I'm tired. And then I'll sleep whatever for ages. But on Friday night, I played a gig for Mickey. It was just a cover because she was sick or whatever. Yeah. I played 5 hours.
Well, she's got the corona, does she?
Well, she's going to Japan today, so I fucking hope
she's going to reinfect Japan.
Dude, if she doesn't have it, she's going to have it when she comes back. Yeah. But no, so I played on just at the Waterloo or whatever, just a random bar. But like a 5 hour set, and I've only ever played hours at a time. Like 1 hour.
How was it? How was that? Dude, that's experience.
So, exactly,
that's
right?
Experience.
I loved it. So I'm a dubstep trap DJ, like, and I rhythm. Like, I play like heavy shit. That's what I play. Yeah. And she's like messaging me, and she's like, "Can you do this? You cannot play your music. Come and grab my USB and just play disco." And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like fun. Like, that's sick. And like for the first hour, it was a huge learning experience because like the way that the bar's set out, it's like there's no booth monitor. Yeah. So you can't hear anything, right?
Can you headphone mix? Like just in headphones?
I can now.
Use the mix? Yeah, you got to learn it. Because then we've got delay. Those speakers like over there and it's delayed. And you're like, sounds in time. And then you bring it in, you're like, oh, that's not in time.
No, so like I had to I worked out that I have a very bad habit of like, I'll put my headphones on, beat match, And then when I've got it in, I take my headphones off to hear it, like to hear the booth monitor and stuff. Yeah. And then I'm like, I pull it in, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I can't hear anything. Yeah. So I like quickly put them back on. But it took me like an hour to like break my habit of like taking my headphones off when mixing. But yeah, by the end of it, man, I was just like headphone mixing and like I was having a ball playing like disco and house. Like I've never played a set like that. Yeah. And I had a really good time. Yeah. I don't think I could do 5 hours of it every week. Yeah. Because coming back to what you were saying, like getting tired, like by the end of it, I was like delirious. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I stopped at Macca's on the way home and got like a coffee. Got home, played like Call of Duty for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, nah, I need to go to bed. Yeah. But no, that was fun. That was sick. I learnt heaps. Yeah. Just and like even
long sets,
headphone mixing, learnt heaps. Like so
that's like when I DJ. I like to have it on my left ear if possible. Mm-hmm. But have one on left ear, one not on there. Yeah. And the whole set, I just leave it like that. Yeah. Because then I can just listen in my left ear if I, like, you know, I can sort of like tune out my right ear almost, like not listen to it. Or you can put the mix halfway and
listen to both. Yeah.
Listen to both, or, you know, put it just to the left and you can get like that blend. And so it's, because I used to play so many of those long gigs at cocktail bars, clubs without booth monitors. Yeah. And you get that delay between it. Like, so you have to use your headphones. Yeah.
I have a weird, so I can't keep I can't do that. Yeah. I have a weird thing about my ears. Hella weird about me, right? So this is a little fun fact. I fucking hate my ears being touched. Yeah. Like, if someone touches my ears, I almost want to like throw hands with them. Like, I hate it. And it comes from like, I had, it's kind of gross, but I had like a blackhead in my ear once. Yeah. And a friend of mine was like, oh, I'll pop it with these bobby pins. And they slipped and stabbed me in the eardrum.
That sounds so fucked.
Dude, it hurt so fucking much. Yeah. I was just like crying in pain. I was like, you just stabbed me in the fucking eardrum. Like,
how long? Was this when you were young or something?
No, I was like 18. Not that long ago. Yeah. So like 5, oh shit, I'm like 23. So it's like 5 years ago. Yeah. But no, like ever since then, I like cannot like, anytime someone tries to touch my ears or like something's on my ears too long, I'm like, I get like all weird and like, don't get away from me. Like,
well, I'm glad that's not my problem. That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
It fucking sucks. And so, so I have to get headphones that are like the over-ear ones, but they have to have like enough room for my ears to clear so nothing's touching.
Yeah, real specific.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's weird as fuck, man.
Man, that's a weird thing to hate as a DJ as well. Right?
Yeah, right.
What about in-ear stuff? Does that, can you have like in-ear?
I have like, because I used to surf and like growing on the Gold Coast, you go surfing with my brothers all the time. So like your ears get these like weird little like noggin things in them when you go in the salt water too much. So like in-ear stuff doesn't like stay in my ears very well.
Okay,
Plus I hate the feeling of it.
Yeah, well that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, but no. So it's a double whammy there. Really.
Yeah, exactly. What about cockroaches, mate? I think I've seen something recently about you and cockroaches, or I might have you confused with someone else.
No.
Do you have a fear of cockroaches?
No, I don't have a fear of cockroaches, but I had a cockroach in my ear once.
Really?
Dead set. I shit you not. I woke up one morning, I was like, fuck, my ear's hurting. And I was like, I'll go to... yeah, dude, ears, what the shit? Like, just fuck off. I don't want them. But like, I woke up, I was like, shit, my ear's hurting. And I was like, I'm going to go to medical at work and they'll have a look at my ears. And the nurse at work, she like put the thing in. She's like, oh, I can see like 2 antennae in there, or antennae or whatever. I'm like, you're fucking shitting me, right?
That would freak me the fuck out.
And she's just like, nah. She's like, I'm pretty sure there's something in there. And the doctor came in with like a bigger version of like whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. And he's just like, yeah, there's a dead cockroach in your ear.
Oh,
like,
dead.
Like a baby one. Yeah. And he's just like, we're going to have to try and get that out. And I was like, oh, yuck. And they like...
I would have been like, yes, definitely try and get that out. Like, I don't want to leave that in there.
They pulled it out and then they sent me to like a bunch of like ear, nose, throat specialists to make sure they'd got it all and everything. Yeah. But fuck, man, that was weird. So like at work, I got nicknamed Cockroach Boy for
Cockroach Boy.
Dude, it was bullshit. I'm like, fuck you. It happens more than you think. Like...
Yeah, man. Oh, man, that's like...
I don't hate them. I just don't like them in my ears.
I must have you mixed up with someone else then. I thought I saw something recently to do with cockroaches in you.
Not me.
Well, that's right. I'll find out who that is and correct the story. Yeah. So yeah, you did a long gig and
yeah, dude, that was pretty like new to me, really. It was cool. I had fun.
That's where you get to learn how to read a crowd, I reckon, in those. Because because things fluctuate and there's so many different people that come through and things go up and down.
So, like, this place, they don't even have a dance floor. So, like, everyone just kind of sits and drinks beers.
Just like a listening.
Yeah, it's just like a listening one. And, like, I played... the heaviest song I probably played was like "Losing It" by Fisher, like, and that's like not heavy at all, or maybe like "Red Light, Green Light," and that was like towards like 10 o'clock when I was finishing. I was like, "Fuck!" Like, I want to, play something a little bit, whatever. Yeah. But like, I look over and there's all these like drunk people on the table. They're just like, "Woo!" Yeah. I was like, "Yeah, this is sick." Yeah.
No, it's good because you pick up little things like you actually notice people more when there's not a lot going on. When you don't have a dance floor that's going off, you actually, I find anyway that you notice the little things that people do, a foot tapping, a head nodding, stuff like that. Like, and that's how that helps then when you're doing open sets and things when people aren't real drunk and on the dance floor. Yeah. And you can see that you play a song in a certain style or genre or whatever. And you see someone head nod or like foot tap and you go, all right, okay, I see. Like, I see the crowd, and you sort of like, you can go, all right, so I know I've got other stuff like that. I'll play, work it in there. Yeah. So, I think it's really important for long sets, which, I don't know, are there many long dubstep trap sets? Like, do you go anywhere and play a 5-hour dubstep set?
Like, probably not here, but I heard of like, was it XS in Vegas? Skrillex played like a 6-hour set or some shit. Yeah, like that'd be.
But I mean, that's Skrillex.
Yeah,
like a headliner.
Like openers. God, I don't think. Oh, maybe like a doof or something. Like maybe like a random doof. They might be like, hey, come play like a fucking 2-hour, 3-hour dubstep set.
Yeah.
But I think by the end of it, I'd get bored. Like I'd be like, yeah, they're cool. This is. My ears are hurting. Like, that's my head's hurting. Just let me, dip out.
Yeah. And so dubstep, trap, that's your main sort of vibe. So, that's what you love.
Yeah, dude. I like dubstep, trap, bit of rhythm here and there. Yeah. Which is another weird thing. Like, what's your before I say anything, what's your like take on like the whole rhythm scene?
Controversial.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look, I don't mind that people like it, and I understand the whole scene, and I get why people like it. Yeah. It's fucking heavy, it's intense, grungy. It's like, it's real like grungy, it's filthy, and I totally get that. But for me, that's not what I'm about these days. Yeah. I'm more about like the groovy, like I like music that you can dance to or you can sit down and listen to. Yeah. I feel like I can't do that with rhythm. I could dance to it probably, and get right into it if I'm real smashed or, if I'm on drugs or something like that. Yeah. But like, I don't want to go home and just listen to it in my room. Yeah. Kind of thing, it's not that kind of vibe for me. And for me, music, because I do so much of it, it's got to be that for me because otherwise it's like, I got to stop listening to music, kind of thing. I need a break, and I don't want to have a break. Like, I always want to listen to music.
I think, so, like, my whole thing with rhythm is, like, I really, really enjoy it. Yeah. The dub plates, I guess, that people make of just, like, the single synth with, like, maybe, like, a fucking sustain bass behind it. Yeah. And just, like, wah, bah, 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 like, for fucking 2.5 minutes so they can chop it. Like, I couldn't sit and just listen to that for 2.5 minutes. But then I think of people like, Sudden Death, who's making like 140, like breakbeat shit. Like that stuff is like hella cool.
But is that rhythm then? See, that's the thing. I actually don't.
That's the thing. Like,
I actually don't know enough about rhythm to really comment. I only hear some of what happens out here.
Yeah.
And like some of it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But like, while it's cool, I couldn't listen to it for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Like, I think it gets generalized as like rhythm, but like it's like D&B, yeah. Like D&B has like so many different and like house as well. Yeah. House has so many different genres within its like main genre.
And that's the thing, I don't know enough about it to really comment.
Yeah, and I think like rhythm's the same realistically. What my whole thing,
so what defines rhythm then?
What does? I don't know. That's like a 140 BPM.
Because I can tell you what defines drum and bass. I can tell you what defines house. Yeah. I can tell you what defines trap. I can tell you what defines dubstep.
I don't know. Like,
I know rhythm is a version of dubstep.
I think traditional rhythm is just like very sound designed, metallic-y basses. Like, and just, repetitive patterns, really.
Because
I think that's how I would put it.
The drums are always straight.
Yeah, just like kick, snare with like percussion on top.
Yeah. Whereas that's why I can sort of vibe with dubstep a bit more because it's that similar synths and stuff and melodic elements, but the drum patterns are a bit they're like a breakbeat influence, like a hip hop breakbeat influence with it. So it's a little bit more interesting for me. And I'm really about drums. Like that's why I love tech house over a lot of other versions of house, because the drums are really intricate and and varied and stuff like that. So that's why I love that version of house.
I think that's why like Sudden Death's making it so well, because he's got that like real grungy sort of sound and but really cool melodic sounding rhythm, I guess. But I think my whole thing of like the Brisbane rhythm scene is like everyone that I've met that plays rhythm and like is like kind of notable is like they're super nice.
Yeah.
But they just go like a little bit too hard. Like for me, I understand, get into the music, get into it, chop your fucking heart out or whatever.
Yeah.
Quad chop shit, I don't care. But like, if you're starting to like damage equipment and stuff, that's when I'm just I saw that on Facebook and that hurt me.
Broke one of the faders.
That hurt me because like I like rhythm and I'll defend it and I'll defend the scene because like not everyone's the same. Like fuck. I don't
There's good and bad in everything.
Right? And like, I don't know, house DJs could be like smashing the effects and like pull the knob off or something.
Yeah.
So it happens all the time. But like, I just think it gets a very bad rap because of a select few.
Yeah.
And
call them out, mate. Call them out. Nah, don't call them out.
Like, I think it just gets a very bad name from like a select few people who just like can't control.
They just get too excited.
Yeah. I think I genuinely.
But that's what that music is about. It's exciting and it's intense and it's
100%.
So I think that kind of makes sense. Well, I can definitely see its place in the scene, and in the whole scope of everything. But just for me, I'm more about groovy stuff, and so it's not that groovy.
I think rhythm will start falling off a little bit. Like it'll never go away, but I think it'll start falling off, and things like jump up DMB will start making more of a it's already come, hasn't it? It's like on a massive spike at the moment. People froth it.
Drum and bass is going solid here.
Yeah, and like I think
it's been around forever.
People who like love rhythm love DMB as well, especially jump up, because it's just the same shit sped up, but with like a cool groovy pattern.
So you were talking about your shot before.
Yes.
And you're saying like you wanted my opinion on your shot.
Oh yeah. I would love to know your opinion on DJs that come from your shot.
Yeah. There's definitely it's like we said just before, there's good and bad in everything. You're gonna get good DJs come through, bad DJs come through. People who just want to be in it for the fame, people who got big egos, and people who love the music, everything in between.
Yeah.
I think it's great. To help get new blood and fresh ideas and stuff into the scene. I mean, you look at Shaw, for example.
Yeah.
He's bringing that Latin and weird,
he's got that mad Dylan Francis vibe, that guy. I love
so he's bringing this individual flavor into the scene that hasn't really been around in the scene before. So, that's awesome. It definitely, the people who hate it are the people who've been around for a while, and what it's doing is it really is kind of flooding the market with a lot of DJs.
Yeah.
So, that it means that it's harder to get gigs for people because there's more people around. And, I think I was speaking with Mickey on the podcast about how as you get older, less of your friends will come out to support you because everyone's got other stuff on.
Oh.
All that kind of stuff, which is just that's just how it works.
Normal.
Yeah, that's just how it works. And then you get these young people come in and all their friends will come out and support. So they've got a big fan base of people,
It's just a big rolling ball, really.
Yeah. So it's good to do that to get fresh people in. But then it's like, well, as that person progresses, if they're not in it for the music and they're just in it for the scene, as their friends fall off, they don't come and support, they fall off.
Yeah.
Because they're not in it for the music and they're not developing fans. It's just their friends. So I see both sides. I think it's a good thing because it's sort of increased, everything. It means that more people are interested in that kind of, in dance music, in clubbing. You get more people out. I think it's a good thing. I'd like to see some other genres and scenes do that kind of thing. You know, like Prohibition's done like a DJ comp.
Yep.
Our House, which I've been in twice.
Yeah.
I feel like some of how do I say this? I feel like there's certain genres and like a lot of the party stuff, it's done really well where they bring new fresh blood in. There's certain genres where I feel like they don't do that as much.
Yep. It's
very much the old guard, and like I could go out to any of the gigs in that genre, and I could probably, without even, it's this event, I could probably name who's playing.
Right, yeah.
In the local scene.
Yep.
Whereas I see, you know, a lot of other genres, you know, a lot of genres will bring in new people. They'll give new people a shot, which brings new eyes onto the scene. You get fresh young people in, they experience it and go, I love this. I want to come back and do it.
I want to do this, yeah.
Yeah, I want to come and you know, come to these events and stuff. So it's really great to get fresh eyes onto that scene and that market or music.
Yeah.
And some genres do it really well. Some genres kind of suck at it. And I think that's like, you know, that's pretty evident in what's the big genres around Brisbane at the moment. I think, like doing DJ comps is a great way to get new fresh blood into the scene.
And going back to like speaking from rhythm and like heavier stuff, because that's what I'm more heavily involved with. Like the Havoc guys run their like sub event Invade. Yeah. So and it's just all like local up and coming. Yeah. Like rhythm DJs.
Just awesome.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
Or whatever. Like not specifically just rhythm. Like there's like D&B DJs and trap DJs and shit in there as well. And I think that's really, really good that they are doing that. Because like you said, like a Havoc event, you can almost pick who's gonna play every time. And it's not because it's just because they bring a crowd, really, isn't it? Like they have fans there and they're well established, and so.
But that's the thing, if you want it to grow, you have to bring new people in.
Yeah.
It's not enough to get the diehard fans who come to every gig.
Yeah.
Every time. You need to get fresh blood in. And as everyone gets older, you need the younger people in, because, you know, younger people go out more.
So I guess that's another thing though that like I'm kind of exploring myself at the moment, right? So like you can go out and play, I don't know, however many gigs, you can build a fan base. But if you want to take yourself to that next level, you have to start producing.
Yeah.
You just have to like push that further and
you
push
have
that
to.
envelope further and further and further. And that's how I guess things grow even more. You can't just, you can continue to book, you know, like fresh DJs that are like, yeah, this is sick. I'm like loving this, going to keep doing this. But if they're not then growing themselves, like you said, then they fall off, that crowd falls off, then it's constantly just changing.
And you need to get new people in again and again. Yeah, and that's why, you know, you look at people like Noi, Jordan Burns, like, you know, all the people you were mentioning before. Like, these guys are producers. They're in it for the long haul. They're artists. They're not just, you know, like they've got something. And the other thing is that if you expand to being bigger globally, then that's going to help when you play your smaller shows, because people know about you and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I guess another really, really great example is like Lude started his side project Chumba. Yeah. And they have just like skyrocketed.
Gone massive,
dude, they are sick. Like they are such a cool, and like I think it's his cousin that he plays with. Yeah. Like his duo partner.
Yeah, cool.
And like he wasn't a DJ or anything, and like Lude's just like, yeah, I got this idea, let's do this. And they skyrocketed, and it's one of those weird things. So like that Lude like fan base of like diehard trap fans, which is like, yeah, cool, we're gonna go support this new project, and then that new project dragged bulk new people in as well. And then it just blew up even more.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go take a quick piss.
Yeah.
So let's do that, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about production a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sweet.
Definitely keen.
All right, we're back. Sorry, I had too much coffee this morning. Well, not too much, but too much for a podcast. Yeah. That's it. Because whenever I when I produce, I love smashing coffee in the morning. Like just getting like so much energy from coffee. Oh, it's so good. And you need something to sip on.
I never thought I'd get addicted to something. I don't have an addicted personality. But if I don't have my ice long black by like 9 o'clock, I become super irritable. Yeah. And I just get that like pain, headache behind my eyes. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, this caffeine headache coming on.
I don't get that, but I love it just to, you know, just to get like energetic and into the vibe.
Coffee was like a big slippery slope for me. I'm like quite the coffee snob now, which sucks, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. So. And you always need something to like sip. It's kind of like DJing. Like when I DJ, I always need something to drink.
Yeah.
Like, just to sip on, like have just between stuff when you're not doing something
and then
with your hands.
you're like, what do I do? Like, I'm just gonna drink.
Yeah. But it's the same with production, but I don't always want to get drunk while I'm producing, like, because it's sometimes you're doing it, at it's like 9-10 o'clock in the morning. You're like, oh, is it too early to start drinking? Like, and you can't sort of keep producing for too long once you get too drunk, like I've made some terrible songs drinking. I've made some great ones, but some really terrible ones as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, production. We just started getting into it. What's your experience with it so far? Have you done much?
About 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got Ableton and I've just been messing around with it. I've watched so much YouTube and so many tutorials.
Yeah.
Just on like random shit, and I've got like a few things that I'm like happy with how they're progressing.
Yeah.
But you probably know this better than anyone, but like you'll listen to something and you're like, yeah, this sounds fucking cool. This is sick.
Yeah.
And then you listen to it like 10 more times and then you're just like, this is trash. Why did I ever think this was good? Like,
still happens every day to me. Yeah.
So like for me, it's just like battling that at the moment. It's battling, and then I kind of like get myself down. I'm like, fuck, why are you doing this? You can't do it. And you
don't sound like Skrillex, or you don't sound like this. But whoever your favorite DJ or producer is.
Yeah, and like my, I guess not issue, just my like downfall maybe is like I've never studied music or anything like that. I just picked it up. And I just watched a bunch of tutorials and just try and follow along. So I don't know enough about EQing and like reverbing and just like all the like post like sound design shit, or like what do I do once
mixing and all that kind
like
of
what
stuff,
do I do once I've got like a layout? Like I know. Like I showed someone something that I'd made, and they're like, I'm gonna stop you before you even play it. They're like, you haven't turned everything down to like -7, so it's gonna make like a different sound already. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. So like now I like make sure like if I start something new, turn everything down straight away. So like that for me, it's just learning those little things, and it's just like.
But that's just experience and working, and like you can't know everything when you start.
Yeah, and like,
you only learn it, and I still learn stuff to this day where people go, oh, this, and I'm like, oh, really? I've been doing it wrong this whole time? Oh, yeah, well, but then you start learning things, well, it's like, well, it's not wrong, but you've got to understand what you're doing there.
Yeah.
Because you're doing that, and it's like, maybe you're doing that for a specific reason,
And when I very, very first started, I like sent this like random, I just took a bunch of samples and I just like threw it together. I had like a drum pattern that sounded like half decent.
Yeah.
And like just like random like cymatics and like virtual riot fucking bass samples or whatever.
Yeah.
And I like sent it through to like some friends, and they're just like, you need to sidechain it. And I'm like, the fuck sidechain? I was like, and then I kept sending it to them like, why aren't the drums punching? What am I doing wrong? They're like, oh, compress them and then like sidechain them. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So like now like, it's just like picking up those like things along the way. And like some days I'll just like open it and I'll just like randomly try and sound design, and I'll just make like this crazy fucking distorted weird bass, and then I'll just make like a cool pattern, and then I'll like resample that, and then I'll just save it, and then I've got that like audio file, and I can just do whatever I want to it then. And then like another day I'll like make a nice kick snare pattern or something that sounds super cool, and then I'll like throw one of those like cool patterns, like serum patches I've made like over it, and then I'm like, this sounds cool, and then I listen to it 10 more times, and I'm like, this is fucking trash. Like,
so, that's it. You get sick of it. You gotta have breaks.
Yeah, and
breaks are really important. People really underestimate how powerful a break is. Like I was here yesterday. I worked on for maybe about 6 hours. I was just working on 2 tunes, just sort of switching between them. Yeah. By the end of it, I was like, fuck, what am I doing here? Like, this sounds so terrible. Yeah. Like, what am I, like, and then I had to listen, like, this morning when I got here to the studio, and I was like, fuck, this is fire. You know? Like,
this is fucking dope. Like,
So it's like, just a break from loud noises is really handy to do.
And like I was saying, like, I just don't know enough about, I guess, I wouldn't say, I guess you could put it as basic music theory. It's like, I know.
But a lot of that stuff's not music theory, what you're talking about, like, EQing and all that. That's
key as well.
Production.
So like knowing key. So like I'll put a bunch of stuff together. I'm like, this sounds off. Like, I know it doesn't mesh, but I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
And then I like sit there and I'll like research a bunch of shit. And then like it blew my mind the other day. I was watching a tutorial and he like explained how to find a key of like a bass. And it's like you EQ it and then you take all the highs out and just listen to the mids and put like a tuner or something, whatever the plugin is on Ableton, and it tells you the key. And I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking mind-boggling. Like I love this. And then like so it makes me excited because I'm making small steps towards something that I know I'm gonna love. Yeah, and I am really like happy with my progress. I guess. I'm enjoying it. Like it's fucking frustrating. Oh my god, it's frustrating. But I'm really enjoying how it's going. And I like my goal for this year was to play at the Met, and I played.
You've already smashed it.
Yeah. So I'm like fuck. And I said that to Bodie or something, and he's just like, man, he's like, you need to set higher goals. And I'm like,
you've only got one. You got to have multiple, and I'm like,
man. Fuck, like I never thought it in my whole life.
Because what happens now? Now you've got to set new ones. I always at the start of the year do a couple of goals.
Yeah.
Like, have a couple. So like I'm really close to one of them was released on 3 different labels. So I've already got tracks on 2.
Yeah. So, that's fucking sick.
And so
awesome.
I've got like my label that I release on a lot with High Tech.
Yeah.
I haven't even put anything out on them this year. So I can just pretty much send them something and go, let's put it out.
And and they'll be like, happen. Shit,
yeah. So it's like, you got to have multiple goals, man. That's what I always say.
I've like reassessed. I was thinking this morning when I was having a shower because I was like, oh, fuck. I'm going to talk about production solo.
Yeah.
What are my goals? So I think for me, like the bigger goal that I've set for myself this year is I want to have like an EP kind of ready. I don't want to release
How many tracks is an EP?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Like maybe minimum 4 or 3. Yeah. Like a good amount would be 4, 5 if I'm feeling real spicy.
Yeah.
But like...
I love that spicy.
So like for me, I want to have it there, but I don't want to release it. I just want to have it there, and then I want to reassess and reattack at the end of this year and be like, cool, I've got this music here. Where do I go from here? Because I've seen so many people just like punch out tune after tune after tune after tune. And it's like, yeah, dude, you make cool as fuck music. Yeah. You didn't have a release plan. So like your music kind of just, because like you go on SoundCloud, you can fucking type in the most random word and someone's probably made a track titled that. Yeah. There is so much like undiscovered music. So if I'm going to take the time, I'm going to do it properly. I'm going to go and, try and meet the right people. I'm going to try and talk to the right people and be like, I've got this. What can we do with it? Yeah. Where can we take it? What do you recommend? Yeah. And I think I have enough, like I'm making enough friends that I can, like Mickey, like she's like, man, if you ever have stuff, hit up these people. They will like sit you down. It might cost you money, but like at the end of the day, realistically, money is nothing. When it comes to something that you love, something you enjoy.
Your art, it's you.
Exactly, right? Like I don't mind going and fucking dropping, like getting, because I'll never mix and master my own tunes. I don't, even if I could, I don't think I would, because I would rather someone else's input and be like, hey man, have you thought about this? Or maybe this like hi-hat doesn't sound quite right.
It's just like feedback and help with other stuff. Yeah,
so like I would rather take 3 or 4 tracks to someone who mixes and masters, give them however much they're going to charge and sit down with them and then run through it with them and be like, this is this, this is this, this is this. Because I feel like I would learn from that. Yeah. And then also I'm getting that great feedback from someone who's not scared of being like, your track fucking sucks. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like I don't get any of my, like I don't master any of my stuff. Yeah. I send it away to a guy in, for most things, I send it away to a guy in Melbourne, Nicholas Di Lorenzo from Panorama Mixing and Mastering. Dude, he's super expensive for mastering. Yeah. Like over $100 for a track, which is pretty expensive for mastering. Yeah. But he doesn't just master. He gives you feedback. Like when I'm like, oh, I've got a track, we're still mixing it down. Yeah. He's like, send it to me. Yeah. Like, and he'll listen to it and go, oh, I think you need to do this, like in the mix, to get it. And then like, if I send it to him, the mix, and it's not quite right, he'll be like, you need to go turn, and real specific, can you turn 98 hertz down? Can you just notch out like 3 decibels in the kick? Yeah. In the kick, and he's like, it'll just mean that when I master it, it'll be even better. Like,
and I think that's what I need.
It's that feedback.
Exactly. It's all well and good to but you just become biased on your own music.
Yeah.
You're just like, this sounds fucking cool.
Yeah.
And no one can tell me differently. So but yeah, that's what I want to do. That's my plan. Like, and I think I'm in that weird stage where I'm still trying to figure out what I want to produce.
Yeah.
I think.
What have you been making so far?
I've made a couple of different little, like, just drops, not build-ups or anything, just pure drops.
Yeah.
I've got, like, this cool, like, dubstep one that I've made, and then I made, like, this really cool, like, AT Alien style, like, trap one, and I think I'm vibing a lot more with that new school trap, like AT Aliens sort of real wonky fucking weird basses. And
that almost reminds me, like, and I know it's not the same as the old dubstep, like, because dubstep before Skrillex came along was like that real low. It didn't have the intense, like, you know, like harsh, distorted sounds.
Yeah,
it was all real low end, like, because it come from dub.
Yeah,
you like reggae, dub reggae, you know. So it's, I kind of feel like it's with what you're saying. Like, I don't specifically know that sort of like style, but it sounds to me like it's kind of going back to the old school a little bit.
So like, and I've taken another kind of weird approach where when I very first started wanting to learn, I spoke to a few people and they said, sound design, you must use your own sounds. And I was like, okay, I will learn to do that. And then now I'm like, hang on a minute, I can resample, I can take something and I can manipulate it and make it sound like mine. And, you know, like that's a whole nother contentious issue where people are like, no, you must use your own sounds. But for me, like, by no means am I an amazing producer. God, I'm fucking terrible. But like,
I liked what you were saying where you would go in and make something or use something and change it and then resample it, because then it is your own.
Yeah. But like,
you know, make your own presets, make your own samples. Yeah. You know, like, and it's by having a session where you specifically do that. Like, sit down and go, all right, I'm not going to mix, I'm not going to write, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to make some cool sounds.
Literally. And that's,
like, you know, and save them.
That's what I've been doing. So, and, like the other day I made this like really cool, just like single, like womp bass thing. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool by itself. And then I just like took it, resampled it, and like made it like a triplet in like a bar. Yeah. And now it's just got this cool like whoa, 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 whoa. Like it sounds cool as shit. And I'm like, wow. Like I couldn't do that in Serum if I tried, but like being able to take it and then manipulate it more sounds even cooler now. You know? So yeah. Yeah,
it's all those little 1%, you know, the little 1%. And that's like I said, after this 2:00 today, we've got producer meetup that we're doing. Yep. And it's literally just like everyone come, bring tracks you're working on, bring your laptop if you can. Yeah. You know, and we can look at your projects. And we just show each other tracks. Feedback in person, because feedback's so much easier in person. Because like, you know, when you're typing or something, like it's hard. Whereas when you're in person, you can go, oh, put it back to that just like a minute, like, you know, 30 seconds ago.
Oh, just try this
bit just here. Like, have you thought about this? Have you done this? Or like, I would do this, you know, like, and it's really good because you get that in-person feedback and you can actually ask more in-depth questions about it. Like, oh, when you say you would do this, what do you mean? Are you talking about with the EQ, like the, you know, whatever it is? Yeah. It's, and it's that learning those 1% and 2%. Yeah. It's so much easier to learn from someone in person when you're there as opposed to,
and that's why I think
watching a tutorial where you can't ask a question if you want to know something more specific, or I didn't quite get that. Can you like explain it a bit like, more, like, and like, they can try and explain it in a way you understand.
Yeah, and like you said, like watching tutorials, it's all well and good, but you're watching a YouTube tutorial, you can't actively talk to them. Yeah, like, hang on, you can pause it and go back and be like, fuck, I still don't understand what he did there, like, you know. So.
And they can actually show you on your track.
Yeah.
So you go and you're like, oh, I would do this, and they show you and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And it just clicks so much easier. Yeah.
100%.
So yeah, we're starting to do these, we used to do diffuse sessions, which is just with the studio, but we've sort of linked up with a few other guys, and we're going to do, it's like a producer meetup, and it'll be all round Brisbane. Yeah. So today it's going to be here at Diffuse, but other times it might be at another studio, or maybe it's just at someone's house. Yeah. You know, who has some good speakers, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Like just catching up and like listening to tunes on different systems, talking to other people, like, you know, feedback and stuff like that.
This is why I love like the Brisbane scene so much. Like, obviously I haven't been exposed realistically to like other scenes, but just from what people have said and like what I've, you know, gathered from other things, like, everyone in Brisbane is so fucking supportive of each other.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I can't even begin to tell you how much I have, like, I love my, like, Brisbane DJ friends.
Yeah, yeah.
I say DJ friends, but, like, my friends.
Yeah, yeah.
They are the most supportive people I've, like, ever fucking come across. Like, a few times I've, like, played a shit set or whatever, and I've seen one of them there. I'm like, hey, fuck it, I'm quitting. I'm never fucking playing again.
Never doing it again.
Fuck this. I'm not
It's like
doing
everyone,
it.
like, after a big weekend, they're like, I'm never drinking again. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, but like...
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Stop saying that. That's such a lie.
I'm never drinking
I know
until...
you feel terrible right now.
Saturday. But no,
we all have hangovers. Get over it.
But yeah, like it's super... Everyone's just super fucking supportive, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Everyone is so amazing and everyone just wants to see everyone succeed.
And I think it's because we're not the big epicenter of music in Australia. Like, you know, you got Melbourne and then you got Sydney. And so because we're not the, you know, we're not the Melbourne, the cool kids who are fucking, you know, like the big thing where like everyone's like supportive of each other because they're like, well, we want to be the big thing. Like, you know, we're the underdog.
So, but even, I was chatting to a guy last night at LBM and he was saying that, like he was from Sydney and he was part of the DJ scene and stuff down there. Yeah. Not as a DJ, just as like management or whatever. But anyway, he was still part of the scene. And we were chatting about how he said when he moved up here, he realized that even every genre has like their own cliques, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But every genre sort of respects the other clique and they don't fucking trash talk them. And they're like, oh, those fucking tech house guys. They're fucking nerds. Like, and he's like, in Brisbane, everyone just is there to support. Everyone's just there to see people succeed. Whereas like Sydney, you've got like your fucking laundry guys who are like just hardcore, like I'm chopping rhythm and no one can fucking tell me anything. And then you've got like the house guys that are just like, I'm going to go play a house set and fuck those heavy guys. They suck. Like, and he's just like, it very much divides it. And it's just, it's kind of toxic to be around. Yeah. So he said, Brisbane, Brisbane's amazing. I can't say anything else.
Just good vibes.
I reckon. 100%.
And I mean, you're always going to have those little cliques as well. Yeah. Like, you know, you've still got cliques, but it's like...
Yeah, and I think they get very easily pushed aside because people kind of just see through the bullshit of it. And they're just like, why the fuck are you being like this? Yeah. Like, why are you being so jaded or so, like, toxic? Yeah. Come on, man. Like, pull your head in.
Just all about good vibes, I say.
100%. Yeah.
So, what else do you do with your time, man? Like, apart from... Actually, before we go on to other stuff, how did you get the name Huski? Was that just a random your shot need a name, or is there any story behind it?
I was like, first off, it was going to be Archie. So that's what it was originally going to be. Because
why was it going to be Archie?
So Archie Andrews from Riverdale or whatever it is. He's got red hair as well. And my dog's name's Archie. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like, I'll be Archie. Yeah. And then... I was at home one day with my housemate and she was watching this movie. I can't remember what movie it was, but it was like Huski High School, but it was spelled like Huski. Yeah. And I'm like, that's fucking cool. And it was like a week out from like when I needed to like choose a name by. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, that's the best I've got so far. I'm like, we're running with it. And then ever since, we're just running with it.
So it's not even really to do with the dog.
Well, I have a Husky tattoo on my ribs as well, funnily enough. So like, I got that way before. Yeah.
Okay,
I totally forgot it was there. So like, and I like used to have a Husky pup as well. So yeah, just like randomly kind of just made sense. I guess. So I just ran with it.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. So many people's names are just like not that much of a story. No. It's like I needed a name. Yeah, this is what it is.
Some people have some really cool fucking names, and I'm like super jealous of them. And then I'm like, wow, mine's fucking shit. But I'm stuck with it now. So.
I like what Oddmob said when he was on the podcast. Though he said, "You make your name cool. Like you know, if you do cool music and you know everything you do is like dope, you make it cool. Yeah, 100%. Doesn't matter what it is. You can make anything cool by." You
make that, I guess it's a branding thing, right?
Yeah,
like you brand that name. You brand that how you want. If you want to make it a shit brand, it'll be a shit brand. But if you want to make it cool and people are like, wow, Boy King Koi, that's fucking sick, you know? Or like Huski, that's cool as shit. Like
So that's it. It's names aren't that important. It's about everything else that goes around it because you can make it cool. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about what else you do. Do you what do you do with your time apart from like working and stuff and music? Anything else that's a big part of your life?
Not really. Hey, I like because I have.
I love it when I ask that question and they're like, "Not really." Hey, I'm like, "Well,
no." So like,
good job, Jai. Really good job. Great question.
No, like I work full time, so like I have a Monday to Friday job. Like
same.
I'm in the Defence Force, so that's what I do.
What do you do in the Defence Force?
I'm an avionics technician.
Oh,
so
cool.
I deal with all.
So you're in the Air Force. Then?
Yeah. Air Force.
My sister's just got into the Air Force. She's
awesome.
an engineer, electrical engineer.
That's it. Well, she would be my boss.
Down south, yeah. She's down. She's not up here, so yeah.
So no, that's I deal with all like the electronics and stuff like that on the jet, on the Super Hornet. So it's pretty cool.
Cool, man.
That's why I was in America for a month. So I was over there.
Oh, okay.
working.
So that was actually like work.
Yeah, that was a work trip.
I thought it was a bit of a holiday. You just
a month
tacked it on.
Dude, a month in Vegas killed me. Like I'm not even a gambler, and I didn't gamble.
It's dangerous.
I didn't gamble once.
Oh yeah, really?
Because it's just throwing money away, really. Okay, here's my thing, right? I don't understand poker. Don't like roulette. The rest of them, I don't even know. I like blackjack. Yeah. When I drink, as everyone, your brain starts getting slow. I sit there and they'll give me 2 cards and they'll tell me the number of like how much it might equal to like 10. And I'm like, I can't process this. What do I do with this?
Yeah.
And they're just like,
the odds?
do you want to like fold or do you want to like hit? Like, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
I'm like, I don't know.
What should I do? Can you tell me
what I should do? So no, that's why I don't bet because I end up just losing too much money.
Yeah.
But Vegas was cool. I went to a really, really big dubstep show there.
Yeah.
It was an Excision headline. So like it was like literally like a heavy EDM boys wet dream. It was like Excision, Sudden Death, Woolly, Phase 1, Eptic. No, Eptic wasn't there. But those other guys. And that was like a normal show for them.
Yeah.
I also saw Black Tiger Sex Machine and Blank played support for them as well.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Shout out to the Aussie guys. I was fucking sick to see him play.
Yeah, dope.
But I saw that. That was like a normal show for them. That would be like a dream lineup for Australia.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But no, I work full time for Defence, just doing that. Other than that, man, I spent a lot of time with family now thinking about it.
Yeah.
A lot of time with like my mum and my dad. Just moved to Townsville, so I don't see him that much anymore. But I'm going to New Zealand.
To Townsville in a few weeks. Easter time, got a few gigs lined up. Headlining the uni club, playing
sick.
Washed Up.
Yeah.
Still sorting out a gig at Otherwise, which is where Hoodrich is from.
Yep.
So hopefully
I've only been to Townsville once or twice.
Yeah.
I've only been out.
I mean, there's not a lot to see.
I went to the Mad Cow.
Mad
the only
Cow.
place I've been.
So commercial.
Bro, my
like
experience
80s, 70s
my experience
music.
with the Mad Cow was like I was sitting there drinking and then I turn around and I just watch this dude get king hit and I'm like,
yeah, it's pretty rough there.
like, okay, I'm going home. Like that was my experience at like Townsville going up. But yeah, so I don't know. I work and I try and do as much as with music as I can and just keep my life together really. Like just try and be an adult.
Be an adult. It's tough being an adult, right?
Hey. Dude, it sucks.
And you know what the thing is? It doesn't get any easier. You think, oh, I'll get used to this.
Yep.
Nope.
No, it's just like that.
Happen.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So no, that's shit. What else do I do with my time?
Any sports or any go to gym or anything like that? Or
yeah,
what?
like a gym, like every day.
Yeah.
But I used to play a lot of sport. Like I used to play at school. I played like South Coast volleyball. So like
volleyball. Boy.
Yeah, I played rep
sweet.
volleyball.
I used to play volleyball.
I used to dirt bike ride a shit ton too.
Yeah.
Like I grew up riding motorbikes, so that was the thing, and surfing. And I've recently, being in Vegas, we went snowboarding. Well, the boys had been snowboarding shit tons before because they were from like Canberra and Wagga and stuff. So they were surrounded by snowfields in Australia. I'd been to New Zealand once or twice and I'd seen snow once.
Yeah, I've seen it once too.
And
in New Zealand,
I was like 5 and my dad put me into what he thought was the kids snowboard class, but it was the adults one. So I was there. So that was my extent of snowboarding, but I've wakeboarded and skated.
Yeah.
Growing up, like I lived on a river, so we literally wakeboarded.
Kind of similar. Well, not similar, but
like same principles, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I picked up snowboarding pretty quickly, and now I'm going back to New Zealand in August with my dad to go snowboarding. So,
well, are you though?
Well,
we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully, I better not cancel my fucking trip because I'm
hopefully everything quietens down by then. Like, yeah, hopefully. But
no, other than that, man, just like I said, just going along with life. I try and get out and support friends as much as I can.
Yeah.
And like just watch them grow and stuff like that. So,
yeah, but you're still like, how much time, when you say you're working on production, how much time you're putting in? Because that's,
I probably
you can
put
say,
in-
like, I know so many people who say, yeah, I'm producing, and it's like, you actually see them and it's like, oh, they do something every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
kind of
so
thing.
I try and do at least 2 or 3 times a week. I'll sit down for like an hour to 2 hours, 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And just by myself, everyone is out of the house.
Yeah.
Just me and the laptop, and I just sit there like an hour or two, whatever.
Yeah.
And just fuck around, make just random sounds or shit like that, and that's it. And like I think I probably should put a lot more time into it, but you know, it's one of those things. Life gets in the way. It's a shit excuse. It's a terrible fucking excuse. But
it's the worst excuse.
It is the worst excuse.
Because we've all could use that excuse. Life gets in the way. I got something to do.
It is. But
Well,
no, so
we
I
all have that. But
yeah, exactly. But I definitely need to put more time into it.
do it. Do it. Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Do it. Because like, and I go through periods where I don't do much for a while, like production wise, but like just this last sort of week, 2 weeks, like I got up at 4 o'clock on. No, actually, I was up at 3:30, but I started producing at like 4 o'clock in the morning, just in my room, like just with headphones on.
Yeah.
4 till 6. That's 2 hours, man.
Yeah,
before my days even started.
Yeah.
And then got ready, went to work at 7.
Yeah.
And it's like, I kind of feel like when I'm doing that, it's like I feel like it's bonus. I don't know, because I think of production as like an RPG game.
Yep.
Where I'm leveling up stats
Yeah.
and like and stuff like that. So that when I'm doing that at 4 a.m, I think about it. I'm like, who the fuck else is doing this?
Yeah.
Who else is up at 4 a.m. working for these 2 hours before they go to work? And to me, I feel like that just makes me more like, it amps me on to be like, all right, like let's fucking get it. Like let's do it,
As well, music, like super cliche, but like music inspires me. So like if I hear like a new track that someone like I followed,
definitely.
they put out something out and I like listen to it, I'm like, damn, this shit's fucking sick. And that makes me like super motivated to be like, I just want to make something now. Like, and then I sit there for like 2 hours, and after 2 hours, and I'm like, damn, that doesn't sound anything like that, but it's still,
but at least I spent 2 hours on
exactly.
it.
Like I've like taught myself one thing. I think production, a lot of people take it as like, shit, I'm not making fucking bangers. I'm not making the next fucking number one for my genre. Like, why aren't I? And then,
well, because you're not at the top of the game.
Well, that.
Yet.
And I think producing's like, well, I'm taking it in my stride as like a very like, not a long grind, but like a slow grind. Like I don't want to.
It's a long-term thing.
I don't want to like influx myself with all this information and just blow my brains out with like, oh my God, I know all this stuff, but like I still don't have like the basic concepts down. And I just want to be able to like take my time, really think about it, really make sure what I'm doing is worth it.
Yeah.
And I'm not wasting my time doing random shit. Like,
it's like what I said before. It's about learning those little 1 and 2 percenters.
Yeah, exactly.
And because it's like at the end of the day, that all adds up to a big difference at the end. It's all the little 1 percenters that you add on, and you do this, and you add a little bit of compression, a little bit of distortion, a little bit of EQ, a little bit of this. It's those little 1 percenters that add up to something that's totally different.
Yeah,
and it's like, you need to pick up those little 1 percenters one at a time.
Yeah,
you can't just be like there might be techniques that are like 10 percenters, 20 percenters that make huge leaps for you, but majority of them are little 1, 2 percenters that you need to put a heap of them into practice to make it actually make a difference. Yeah. So I think it's, like you said, that's a slow grind then. You know? And I remember I just saw on my like Facebook memories recently something about like, it was like, it took me about 4 or 5 years before I started liking my music that I made. Like I used to like make shit and go, sounds fucking terrible. Why does it sound so bad? And it took me like 4 or 5 years before I was like, fuck, I love that. I like that. Like that's cool. Like that's dope, And it took that long of learning all those little 1 percenters to make it, I'm like, oh, it still sounds like a computer. It still sounds like it's coming from a computer, you know? And then it's like, oh, now it doesn't. and it's a slow thing that it wasn't like all of a sudden I learnt one thing and it went, oh, now it doesn't sound like a computer. Now it sounds like a synthesizer.
But if you listen to a music from like say 3 years ago to now, you can just notice like a huge difference. Like
that's it. But you don't notice it when you're just slowly plugging along with it.
Anything really, isn't it? Like if you go to gym fucking twice a day for 6 months, you're not going to notice that you're putting on size.
Yeah.
But if you look at your like 6 month progress, you're like, oh my god, I put on size.
Or the opposite, if you don't go for 6 months.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden you're like, fuck, I'm a slob now.
Literally,
Every day you don't notice the difference.
Yeah.
I think that's just human nature in general, isn't it, with everything?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you got coming up, man? Like, have you got any gigs or anything you're excited about?
I got the Sam Lamar
Yep.
gig at Prohibition.
Yep.
That's exciting.
I'm gonna come do some video for you. Because I'm trying to learn video and stuff. So,
dude, 100%. I'd be super keen for that.
I just downloaded some LUTs packs for like lighting and stuff. So
nice.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, let me see. Well, you got your little gimbal set up.
Yeah,
just make sure you're not too drunk and you're not like just free spinning the gimbal.
Yeah, no, I'm getting better. It's hard to learn, but you just got to learn how to use it.
So this is a real weird side note. One of my friends, he's a videographer down in Melbourne. He used to work for. Do you know who Rooster Teeth are? Like the YouTube company Rooster Teeth?
No.
Anyway, they're a gaming channel on YouTube. Whatever. He used to work for them, and he's a very, very good videographer.
Yeah.
And he made a short movie about him going and trying to find toilet paper in Melbourne.
Sick.
And it was super cool. And I watched it. I was like, fuck, this is so funny. But I got Sam Lamar coming up, so that'll be fun. I'm not playing like full heavy on that one. I'm playing like something I haven't played before, a little bit of UK bass.
Oh, nice.
With like trap towards the end of it. Because
so I'll vibe it then.
Yeah.
Well, not that I don't vibe dubstep and trap and stuff like sometimes, but like I'm way more on the house genres.
Yeah, 100%.
Stuff you can groove to.
Yeah. And I love all types of genres.
Yeah,
I could literally play anything and I would have a ball. Yeah. Like I might not be able to mix tech house as well as like say like you.
Yeah,
but I would have a ball playing it.
Yeah.
So I've got Sam Lamar coming up. I got a couple of other little gigs that are coming up that I don't know if I can talk about yet.
That's fine.
Because they're still kind of in the works, but one of them's for a really...
The worst is if you talk about a gig and then it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
And everyone's like, what happened to that, you fucking lying cunt?
You're just telling us you got gigs because you fucking don't.
Yeah, you're telling us about shit that
like the one thing I can say about one of them is for like a very, very good cause, and I really, really hope it goes ahead. The other one, I was chatting to the organizer last night, at LBM, and he was saying, we just want to see how our next one goes, and then we might expand into another thing.
Yeah.
So just Sam Lamar at the moment, and just doing my thing really.
That's like 2 weeks. That's on the when's that on the
21st, I think. Fuck, I don't
21st, 22nd.
Maybe. Hang on, give me a sec. I'll tell you. It's
29th.
like
29th. I think
that's it. Yeah, it's at
yeah.
like the end of March or some shit. I'm stressing now because I can't remember when it is.
Well,
29th. 29th. It's a Sunday, so it's a day rave, which would be sick.
Day parties are so good.
I froth day parties, especially the day party. Like the venue, that outside part at Prohibition, that is so much fun there.
Yeah,
such a cool little like setup.
It's a good little vibe.
Yeah.
Outdoor vibes.
So just that, and just kicking along really.
Yeah.
Hopefully all this shit blows over so they can start pushing bigger gigs again.
Stuff again. Yeah, no, I'm all about day parties, especially because I was saying like, if I get my sleep, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So I can get smashed from 2 o'clock till 12.
And then get home
and then get home the next day. I'm still fine. I can come in here, do a podcast or come and produce some music or whatever. Like,
no, that's sick. But I've just got that. But yeah.
Yeah, sweet. You going to stick around for the producer
thing
later? You got anything to do today? Like,
no, I don't think so. No, I'll probably come back at when did you say 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock it starts. I don't know what the time is. What's the time now?
It's like 10 to 1.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah, go home.
Because I only live at like Maruka, so it's like 10 minutes down the road.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, well yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me.
Good chat. I'm keen to see what tunes you've got when you come back for the producer.
So am I.
Don't be intimidated. It's everyone's learning. Yeah. Like the stuff I've got, I've only just started writing, so it's like it's pretty raw and rough at the moment. But yeah, it's such such a good way to learn off other people in person, in flesh. You can look at their project.
Yeah.
You know, like,
see.
You know, like, oh, how did you make that?
Yeah.
Or what is that? What did you do that? And they can actually show you.
Yeah.
And I know my mate Johnny, who owns the studio with us, he's got a few projects. He's going to open up and show everyone how he's mixed them and what he's done.
Cool.
So it's just a good time to have a few drinks. Make some connections with other producers.
Yeah, for sure.
There's been a few collabs from some of our producer meetups that have come to fruition. You know, people are like, oh, let's send me that track. Let's collab on it. You know, like it's a good way to network with producers, not just DJs, because it's easy to network with DJs because you know, like everyone's out and playing gigs and stuff.
But and like when everyone's like super drunk out, everyone's just so chatty.
Yeah, the producing is a little bit different. It's not necessarily they're not necessarily out at all gigs. So it should be pretty fun to do. So
cool.
Yeah, I look forward to listening to some of your tunes. That's it. Yeah, cool. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Finish your drink.
Yeah, I finished. I was like,
I would usually cheers you again, but
I'll cheers it. My Macca's ice mocha.
There you go. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you.
Oh wait, before we go, we've got to. I always forget. We've got to figure out how to find you online. So where do we find you?
Right. So I've just got Instagram and SoundCloud, and they're both Huski Music.
Husky Music. Husky underscore music or
no,
one word?
Husky Music.
Just one word?
Yeah, nailed it.
Husky Music, one word. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. We'll go check out Husky Music. Facebook page? No?
Yeah, Facebook page as well.
Husky Music, same thing?
Yeah. No, just Huski on that one.
Husky, yeah.
I think there's like one other Husky, and he's an American, and funnily enough, he produces like trap dub as well, and it's spelt the exact same. So eventually I might have to rebrand, but not right now.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Everyone go check out Husky's tunes when they come out eventually.
Definitely.
But come out to the gig on the 29th.
Sam Lamar, that'll be sick. Yeah. There's another for like rhythm heads and stuff. There's a guy coming up from Melbourne named Manifex. He used to go as Infectious. He's super cool rhythm head.
That's so relevant.
Right? I don't know if he rebranded recently or like when he did it, but he rebranded to Manifex, and he's cool as shit. He's coming up from Melbourne to play. Nice. Sam Lamar's coming from Canada. So it'll be super cool. It won't be all rhythm and stuff all day. It'll be like UK bass and trap and dub.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Hopefully we'll catch you out soon.
Yeah,
we'll go do that video.
Yes.
Hopefully we get some cool shit sorted for it. We'll see. We'll see how good I can get between now and then. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank you.